Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It would seem the Batman prequel cop series is now not moving forward at HBO Max. This is interesting, quite telling, and revealing, but it's not immediately apparent what it's revealing. Because you'll read this headline and go, oh my god, and equally so, the title of this video, is the Batman in trouble? You know, is Matt Reeves, the Batverse, Robert Pattinson, in trouble? And it's not immediately apparent at all. Because you would look at that and go, yeah, it's definitely in trouble. It doesn't seem to be. It seems that they are changing and adjusting bits and pieces rather than completely scrapping it. So let's dive into this. Side note as well, please do hit that subscribe button if you are new here. And if you want to stay up to date on the world of pop culture, movie news and topical videos as well. The Batman director Matt Reeves has duly confirmed that the movie's prequel series on HBO Max, which centered on a corrupt cop, is not moving forward. Now, that, ladies and gents, is probably a bit of a surprise to you, because recently he had started to talk about that show revolving around, centering on, featuring Arkham Asylum. But it seems that was almost a misspeak, and it's essentially another show entirely. Okay. So Reeves already indicated this on our Hero Nation podcast, that he had a conversation with HBO Max executives to steer his Batman spin-off series towards one of the more established characters in the DC canon versus an original one. Okay. Reeves' initial HBO Max The Batman series was announced in July of 2020, taking inspirations from the movie Prince of the City, centering on a cop who is battling for his soul. He then is reawakened by a rising Gotham City vigilante, that being Batman, and Reeves explained all this on Hero Nation last week. Now, Reeves told the podcast Happy Sad Confused, one thing that we're not doing that I was going to do, so there's the Gotham Police show, which that one actually is put on hold. We're not really doing that. Okay, and he also told them that he hopes to maybe someday revisit the Gotham City Police Department. So, right, interesting. And he also told the Cyber Nerds in a recent interview that the series project has evolved into one possibly zeroing in on Arkham Asylum. What do you make of this? To me, trying to read between the lines here, and, you know, it is a case of trying to read between the lines. It looks like they announced this. They had a pretty clear vision of where they wanted to go. Also, apologies for potato focus. I've not adjusted it. It sounds like they had a pretty clear vision of where they wanted to go. There's been some shuffling over at HBO. Executives maybe popping in, having a look. The movie came out. Has done, I mean, it is a success. It's done success. It is a success. The numbers alone are successful at this point in time. And then maybe now they're like, yeah, no, we probably should start adjusting and changing that actually for something which will, what I'm hoping, because it's an Arkham Asylum series, push the Batverse forwards rather than a prequel. Now, where does this leave a Penguin show? Because there were two, what we knew, there were two series. Penguin, which was announced after the Gotham City Police Department show. The Penguin is a big get. That show is a big get for HBO Max. So if we get word in the next few weeks that that show is no longer happening, or if they just quietly drop it and we stop getting any updates about it whatsoever, i.e. it's just not happening, then we know categorically that Matt Reeves, the Batman, towards HBO Max and Warner Brothers, they consider it a failure. I think that's a pretty sound statement to make. Because Colin Farrell, the Penguin, that show is a bigger get for HBO Max than Gotham City rando cop running about his business. Like a much bigger get. Colin Farrell in... Anyone who watched The Batman would have been blown away by Colin Farrell's performance. He's fantastic in that film. And he's a good actor. And for him to sign on to, even whether it be a limited series or not, but a series, is still a relatively large get. Not necessarily for HBO Max on a whole, because HBO Max have like all the money in the world. But you know what I'm saying here, right? Like he's a Hollywood star. So for him to sign on, pretty big get. If they just wash their hands of that in the next couple of weeks, we could say, and this is the thing, because they've got the show, right? It's been announced. If they wash their hands from it, that is them confirming to us, the plebs, that Matt Reeves, the Batman, is not successful. And they want to get rid of it. I don't think that's going to be the case, but it's definitely a possibility. Now, the other thing which is interesting is the talk of this Arkham Asylum show. That previously seemed to be an evolution from the Gotham Police Department, i.e. it would be Gotham Police Department interacting with the Arkham Asylum project, and that's how it would feature in the show. Now they seem to be completely two separate shows, and this is a new one. So, still maybe two shows announced? Penguin, Arkham Asylum? Your guess is as good as mine at this point. It's very much up in the air. Arkham Asylum poses a very interesting conversation for this Batverse, though, because it can really propel the universe forward in terms of expanding it outwards quite quickly. Not overly sure what you would do with an Arkham Asylum show, though. I mean, no one wants to watch the day-to-day life of Arkham Asylum. Unless, of course, it's one of the criminals escaping, which would then lead into a Batman 2. Maybe a sequel. But there you have it, ladies and gents. Matt Reeves, Gotham City Police Department not moving forward. What do you think? Good or bad news? I'll leave the article linked down below. You can check it out, but there's nothing else in it that I haven't broken down. So please do leave your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this video or you learned something new, hit that like button. And even if you didn't, hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Thank you so much. Follow me over on Twitter at MrHReviews. We're trying to hit 10,000 followers on Twitter, so please do go and give me a follow over there. In fact, if you don't get notified of videos, that is where I share my videos daily as well. So you can hit notify on Twitter and you'll be notified of my tweets. I don't tweet that much, generally speaking. Just videos and the odd random comment every couple of days. So follow me over there. And if you do want to follow me over on Instagram, you can do. It's linked in the description box. Mr_Nate_H. Because that's right, my name is Nate, which a lot of people didn't know. But anyway, cheers ladies and gents. Have a great day. Take care.